Bengali Hindus are one of the worst persecuted human beings on the earth. The persecution of Bengali Hindus started right from the days of Delhi Sultanate, that was during 11th century, and it continued through ages, through centuries. During the British rule, also there was persecution of Bengali Hindus. During the independence struggle, especially in 1940s, they become genocides or pogroms. The dimension was such huge. It happened in Calcutta, Navkhali and many other places. Now that is still continuing. Surprisingly, Bengali Hindus are not able to defend themselves. So they meekly suffer. They are stoic. They are more into moral grandstanding, social proofing, and always try to be politically correct. They don't even speak about the atrocities committed by Islamists, radical Islam, against them. Instead of that, many times they are found to support such ideologies. What could be the reason for this? This may be the stark truth is that the Bengali Renaissance movement, the Bengali religious reformation movement, say right from people like Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar, Prabhulla Chandras Ray, and many others, Rabindranath Tagore, or even Subhash Bose, have they done anything to strengthen the Hindu society in Bengal? Have they been able to instill confidence among the Hindus in Bengal? Have they been able to unite Hindus and make them defend themselves? I am not saying that Hindus in Bengal should unite and attack Muslims. I won't say like that. But every human being, every civilization, every society has got a right to defend their life and property. Now, why Bengali Hindus fail to do so? I am not a Bengali, I am a Malayali. But why I am so concerned about Bengalis? I am from Kerala, where the situation is almost similar. That is why what is happening in Bengal and Bangladesh worries me. Now, let's take a closer look at the emerging political situation in Bengal and Bangladesh. Welcome to Insights. This is Hari Kumar. I have many friends from Bengal and Bangladesh. First of all, I came across Bengalis while I was working as a journalist in New Delhi. Many of my colleagues from Bengal, they were all highly educated people, very civilized people, and very tolerant people. They always spoke about the intellectual side of Bengal. They always spoke about films, like they spoke about directors like Satyajit Ray. They were nationalists, but somehow or other, they refused to accept the fact that they were persecuted by Muslims. So if you would suppose, I had asked them many times about the Calcutta riots of 1946, Navkhali riots, which broke out after the call for direct action by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. I have found that my Bengali friends were very reluctant to speak about that. They would always project a rosy picture of how communal harmony exists in Bengal, blah 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 blah. So my eagerness or my efforts to find the truth about the persecution or anti-Hindu pogroms, they were met with a stoic silence from the Bengali Hindu groups. While I was working in Gulf as a journalist, I came across many Bangladeshi Muslims. I found that many of them were tolerant. I know that there was an occasion when I had a difference of opinion with an Arab during the Arab Renaissance in 2011. Actually, it was not a Renaissance. It was a sabotage attempt against the King of Oman and other kings of GCC. That was powered by radical Islamists wearing a veil of democracy. But during at that point, I had seen some of the Arabs are asking Hindus about their religion and trying to mock them and belittle them. Once I had a war of words with an Arab. At that point of time, I found that it happened at a hotel. One Bangladeshi waiter or supplier, he came to my help actually. He was a Muslim, but he spoke fluent Arab and Arabic, and he came to my defense. So I have seen such tolerant Bangladeshi Muslims, but I have also found that a significant number of Bangladeshi Muslims have been radicalized. They were found trying to befriend Pakistanis, and many times in many Gulf countries, their inflow has been restrained by governments there. Just because the governments in Gulf were very particular not to allow radical Islam or extremism take a root in that countries, those radical Islamists from Bangladesh couldn't gain a foothold in those lands. So then I realized that things are not safe. Even in Gulf, if they got opportunity, those radical groups from Bangladesh would use this, would be able to carry out attacks against people from other religion who reside in Gulf because of the large-heartedness of rulers of Gulf. So the type of Islam that is popular in Pakistan and Bangladesh has got a significant number of radical followers of radical ideology. Now, let me come to the crux of the issue. Now, what is surprising is that Bengal has been the land of intellectuals. When I was a child, my grandfather used to tell me about the saints and intellectuals from Bengal. So we used to look up at Bengal as a land of enlightened people, as a land of educated people. In fact, in 1980s, 90s, South Indian, especially Malayalis, had great respect for Bengal intellectuals, writers, filmmakers, and religious leaders from Bengal. I don't think there is anybody in Kerala who doesn't know about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Swami Vivekananda. There are many memorials for Swami Vivekananda in Kerala. Everybody knows about Aurobindo Ghosh and Paramahamsa Yogananda. But why the land of such saints, they fail to unite? The reason, I think, is that unfortunately the saints of Bengal never tried to unite Hindus. The saints of Bengal never tried to instill confidence among Hindus. What they did was they tried to reform Hindu society. They tried to remove the superstitions and other practices that harmed Hindus. Of course, that was good. But along with that, they should have tried to create pride in the minds of Hindus. But unfortunately, to tell the truth is at many times not pleasant. The truth is, they never tried to create pride in the minds of Hindus. I have not read anything or any speech by Swami Vivekananda or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Paramahamsa Yogananda or Aurobindo Ghosh that said about the atrocities committed against Hindus by Muslims in Bengal. Remember, at that time, Bengal and the present Bangladesh were one. So these people had access to every part of Bengal, including the present Bangladesh. But I don't think they have taken any positive steps to strengthen the confidence of Hindus or unite Hindus. See, you need not attack anybody, but you have a right to defend your culture. You have a right to defend your life and property. But those people, those leaders of Renaissance, they failed to help Bengali Hindus in that way. Now, what happened is that Bengali Hindus became aware of the ills of Bengal Hindu society because of the Reformation. They realized the superstitions and other negative practices that were deep rooted in the Hindu society. But at the same time, they didn't think about the attacks or atrocities committed against them. Nobody made them aware of that. The reason was for because of this, they never knew about the horrific, horrendous atrocities committed against them. Perhaps their collective consciousness developed in a different way. These leaders of Renaissance are to be blamed for that. When they did something wrong, definitely they need to be respected. But those leaders of Renaissance should not be considered as God. They were human beings prone to error, and they had erred. One needs to say that the king was naked. These are all naked truths. So that was one of the reasons perhaps why Bengali Hindu failed to realize the magnitude of atrocities committed against them. And because of that, they failed to unite and think as a homogeneous unit. Now, since these Renaissance leaders and saints made them aware of the superstitions and other negative practices in the Hindu society, it became easy for the communist movement to gain a foothold among Hindus. So they were naturally attracted to progressiveness. And what the communist movement probably did was they created a feeling in the minds of Bengali Hindus against North Indians. Because I have noticed that there is a subtle kind of antipathy towards North India. So this was actually not something inherent or innate. It was something created by politicians. The fact is that many of the political violence, political clashes in Bengal are rooted in religion actually. You look at what happened in Nandigram, what happened in Sandesh Khali, what happened earlier in Moraichapi. All those incidents, victims were Hindus, and assailants could most probably be Muslims and a group of elite Hindus. Now, why did people fail to realize the real nature of what happened there? This is because they have been brainwashed. Certain ideas of being political correct were driven into their head so that they couldn't think otherwise. And again, the minority groups in Bengal always voted together. Earlier, they rallied behind communists, and when at a point of time when they realized that they have become strong enough and they do not need the support of communists, they rallied behind. Now they are rallying behind Mamata. Actually, in a couple of years, they could even discard Mamata Banerjee, and they could, because the moment they realized that they could stand on their own legs. On the other side, you would find that Bengali Hindus are not united. They are divided. And maybe there is another factor also. Even the BJP, though BJP has gained a stronghold, they might have failed to realize the real, study about the collective consciousness of Bengali Hindus. The BJP also need to respect the Bengali Hindu culture. They need to highlight Bengali culture, Bengali language, everything, and let the leadership, Hindu leadership, come from Bengal Hinduism, because they have a great heritage. Whatever we say, Bengal was a land of intellectuals. But again, Bengali Hindus need to make an introspection and should ask, but for this vanity, but for the hypocrisy, what have they gained? Are they in control of things? Has the Bengali Hindu society been able to progress like other parts of India? Because today, earlier I said, being a Malayali, I had a great respect for Bengalis. But nowadays, in Kerala, if you say Bengali, this is something like a derogatory word because you find all the laborers are from Bengal. A Bengali, so in Kerala now, every migrant laborer is known as Bengali because people think that Bengalis are so poor, Bengalis are uneducated. This is not the truth because Bengal has got a governor from Kerala who has studied Bengali. You know, his name is C.V. Ananda Bose. It reflects the respect of he himself said he was named Bose because of his father's respect for Bengali leaders like Subhash Chandra Bose. So I think Bengali Hindus should rise up, they should awaken, they should have pride in their heritage, they should be able to defend themselves. If they are able to drive away the assailants, if they are able to show the world that they are powerful, then only others will start respecting them. There is a saying in English that a poor man evokes sympathy, not respect. Now Bengali Hindu is seen as a poor man. He doesn't evoke respect, he evokes sympathy. I think Bengali Hindus should arise, awake, as Swami Vivekananda said, and rest not till their pride is restored. They should not allow Sandesh Khalis to repeat. They should not allow Morai Chapis to happen again. They should not allow Nandigrams to happen again. Let's see if the Bengali Hindu wakes up. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye.